Most people think they know how to get rich, but everything you've been told is wrong. That's exactly why you're still broke. Banks don't make money from you borrowing, so they make it from what you don't see, the fees. Most people never notice it. Did you? And if you think your bank is harmless, think again. This one's sneaky fee costs millions each year. Your credit score isn't about responsibility, it's about predictability. That means they profit if you fail. Even smart people get trapped. Most don't realize what the numbers really mean. Savings accounts, they trick you. Inflation eats your money while you sleep. That's why most people's savings are fake wealth. You think you're safe. But the system quietly eats your money every day. Most financial advice is designed for other people, not you. That's how they keep control. You follow it blindly, and it keeps you trapped. Investing isn't magic. It's math they hope you ignore, and most people do. Even experts stumble because they ignore the rules hidden in plain sight. You can't just work hard. Hard work without knowledge is wasted energy. The system counts on that. Most people burn out chasing the wrong goals. Don't let that be you. There's one thing even the smartest people never see coming. It's subtle, and I'll explain it next. But first, tell me how many of these shocked you. If you thought these were surprising, wait until you see the next one. Secrets they don't want you to know will blow your mind. Do you ever feel like the financial game is rigged? That no matter how hard you work, you're just treading water while a select few ride the wave to unimaginable wealth? What if I told you that feeling isn't just in your head? You've been fed a diet of financial myths, carefully crafted to keep you in your place. Running on the hamster wheel of earning and spending. Today we're tearing down the curtain. We're going to expose the shocking truths that the wealthy don't want you to know. These aren't just tips, they're the keys to unlocking the system. Let us start with the biggest lie of them all. You have to work hard for your money. It's a noble idea, isn't it? But it's also a trap. The wealthiest people on the planet don't just work hard. They make their money work harder. They understand that there are only 24 hours in a day. You can only trade so much of your time for a paycheck. True wealth is built not by clocking in more hours, but by creating systems where your money generates more money, even while you sleep. They focus on acquiring asset stocks, real estate, businesses that are little money-making soldiers fighting for them around the clock. Your 9-to-5 job should be the launch pad, not the final destination. It's the seed money for your empire. And how about this gem? Debt is always bad. This is the kind of oversimplified advice that keeps people financially small. Look, high interest, consumer debt, like credit card balances from a shopping spree, it's financial poison. Absolutely. But the wealthy know there's another kind of debt. Good debt. This is money you borrow at a low interest rate to buy an asset that will grow in value or produce income. Think about a mortgage on a rental property. The bank lends you the money, your tenant's rent pays off the loan, and you own an appreciating asset. You've used someone else's money to get rich. The rich don't fear debt. They master it, use it as leverage to multiply their returns. They're playing chess while the rest of us are told to be afraid of the board itself. Let's dismantle another myth. Saving money will make you rich. Saving is crucial, don't get me wrong. It's your financial foundation. But saving alone is a losing game. Why? One word: inflation. The cash you stash in a savings account is quietly losing its purchasing power every single day. It's like trying to fill a bucket with a hole in it. The wealthy know this. They see cash not as a store of wealth, but as a tool to be deployed. They keep just enough for emergencies and opportunities, and the rest is immediately invested. They're not saving their way to wealth. They're investing their way to it. Your savings account is a waiting room. Your investment portfolio is the engine room. Here's a deeper secret, something that goes beyond simple tips. You're told, diversify your investments to reduce risk. Sounds smart, right? Don't put all your eggs in one basket. But the most successful investors in history, from Warren Buffett to Andrew Carnegie, did the exact opposite. They concentrated their bets. When they found a truly exceptional opportunity, they went all in. Diversification is for preserving wealth. Concentration is for creating it. The mainstream advice to spread your money thinly across dozens of stocks is designed to get you average, safe returns. It protects you from ruin, but it also protects you from getting truly rich. The real players do intense research, find their winning horse, and bet big. They understand the risk, but they also understand the monumental reward. Now let's talk about the stock market. You hear buy low, sell high. It's the oldest saying in the book. But what if the super rich are playing a completely different game? They don't just trade stocks. They influence the market. Through massive institutional funds, media control, and political lobbying, they can create narratives that drive stocks up or down. Have you ever seen a news story break that tanks a company's stock only for a big fund to swoop in and buy it up for cheap? That's not a coincidence. It's a calculated move. They create the storm, then they buy the wreckage. Not just playing the game, they're the ones who designed the casino. Your small buy low, sell high strategy is a rowboat in the wake of their super yacht. And what about your home? Your house is your biggest asset. This one feels so true, so American dream, but it's a dangerous half-truth. An asset is something that puts money in your pocket. A liability is something that takes money out. The house you live in, it takes money out every single month. Mortgage, taxes, insurance, repairs, utilities. It doesn't generate income. The wealthy know this distinction. They buy real estate, yes, but often as investment properties that generate rental income. For them, a house is a business. For the average person, it's a money pit disguised as an asset. The belief that your primary residence is a great investment keeps you tied down, as house poor, and paying the banks for 30 years. Let's dig even deeper. What about the very structure of our financial world? You're told that central banks and institutions like the Federal Reserve exist to stabilize the economy, but what if their primary function is something else entirely? Think about it. When there's a crisis, what do? They print money. Trillions of dollars. This is called quantitative easing. They say it's to stimulate the economy, but where does that new money go? It doesn't land in your bank account. It goes to the big banks, who then use it to buy up assets like stocks and real estate. This inflates the value of those assets, making the people who already own them, the wealthy, even richer. Meanwhile, the value of the cash in your pocket goes down because of inflation. It is the single greatest transfer of wealth from the poor and middle class to the ultra-rich. And it happens right out in the open, disguised as economic policy. And here's the final, most insidious myth. You need a complex portfolio managed by an expensive financial advisor. They sell you on their expertise, their fancy charts, and their exclusive access. But what are you really paying for? In many cases, were you repaying high fees for them to put your money into standard index funds that you could have bought yourself for a fraction of the cost? They skim a percentage off the top, year after year, whether you win or lose. This fee drag can devour hundreds of thousands of dollars of your potential returns over a lifetime. The truth is, building wealth can be remarkably simple. A low-cost index fund that tracks the S&P 500 has historically outperformed the majority of actively managed funds. The industry is built on making you think it's too complicated to do yourself, so you'll pay them for the privilege of underperforming. So what does this all mean? Does it mean the system is hopelessly broken and you're doomed to fail? Absolutely not. It means you need to stop playing by their rules and start using their playbook. You need to unlearn the myths and learn the mechanics of wealth. Start by shifting your mindset. Your job is not your source of wealth. It's your source of capital. Use that capital not just to live, but to buy assets. Learn to differentiate between good debt that builds wealth and bad debt that destroys it. Stop thinking of saving as the end goal and start seeing it as the fuel for your investment engine. Don't be afraid to make concentrated bets once you've done your homework. And above all, understand that the financial system is not a benevolent guide. It's a game. And once you know the real rules, you can start to win. This isn't about some get-rich-quick scheme. It's about a fundamental shift in understanding. It's about financial literacy, the kind they don't teach you in school. The path is there. The knowledge is available. The question is, are you ready to see the truth and act on it? The choice is yours. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more truths they don't want you to know.